Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Doc Brown Farms. This is their Peppermint Mocha Bourbon Cream, coming in at a 19.5% ABV. Now, for full disclosure, Doc Brown Farms reached out, asked if I'd like a sample of their bourbon creams. I, of course, said yes, so just keeping that transparency open. So there's one thing I love talking about on my platform, and it's craft spirits. And today, Doc Brown Farms is that definition to a T. Starting off, Doc Brown Farms is located in Georgia, and they are the only seed to still distillery, meaning they can control that from beginning to the middle to the end of the process, which is phenomenal. Also, they're not using your typical yellow dent corn in their bourbon creams and whiskeys. They're actually using Jimmy Red corn, which is an heirloom corn. This is actually directly from their farm they sent that with, which is really cool. So Jimmy Red corn was actually really popular pre-Prohibition. And then after Prohibition, it started dying off, especially with the increases with chemicals, GMOs, and yellow dent corn was just a cheaper corn overall to use. However, Doc Brown Farms is keeping to that tradition, using Johnny Red corn, no chemicals, no GMOs, just Mother Nature and corn. Can't argue with that. On top of things, 2 of the 3 founders of Doc Brown Farms are women, which in this industry is phenomenal to see. And when it comes to their bourbon creams, they're using real cream. They're using a base of their Jimmy Red corn bourbon along with natural flavors. So there's nothing artificial about this. So I'm very excited. Up to this point, I've had their butter pecan, the salted caramel, and the coffee. And this is the last one in their lineup. And I have to say, just spoiler alert, they've all 3 been phenomenal. In my opinion, probably the coffee taking my number 1 spot. But let's see if it gets knocked down a peg. Let's jump into things. All right. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. If you're interested in the other reviews that I'm doing over Doc Brown Farms, links to those videos will be up above and down below, along with a link to their website, so you can go check them out for yourself, maybe pick yourself up a little something. But no, especially during this time of the year when you're starting to look at fall, winter time, bourbon creams, things like that are hitting the shelves like crazy. So there's tons of brands out there. So I'm really excited to talk about this one. Beautiful color. Awesome. Looks just like a great bourbon cream in the glass. So let's go for notes. Whoa. All right. Yeah, that's Peppermint Mocha. I don't know how they're doing it, because so far all 4 of their creams are so spot on with their profile. It's phenomenal. This smells like Peppermint Mocha. It is sweet. It's not overly sweet, but beautiful burst of that peppermint freshness, that little bit of mocha chocolate going on in there. Yeah, I mean, this is Christmas in a glass. Peppermint bark. It's like the Ghirardelli peppermint bark. And I'll put a picture of it over here in case you don't know what that is. Ghirardelli peppermint bark squares. That's exactly what it is. There's no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. It's a little sweet, but not overly sweet. Creamy and velvety soft on the nose even. Like you really still get that cream. And the mint in here, the peppermint, isn't so potent that it's off-putting or almost comes off like artificial. It is beautifully done. All right, let's go for a taste. Yeah, that's Peppermint Mocha. I mean, to a T. It is creamy, it's inviting, it's not overly sweet, which I appreciate. Just enough. Sometimes your bourbon creams kind of overly sweet their product to make it more inviting. Here, you're getting that beautiful mocha, chocolatey notes, that bit of peppermint freshness going on. Again, if you would take peppermint bark and you melted it down, this is it. This is what you get. It's inviting, it's minty, it is Christmas in a glass. This is what you need around the to keep the family in line for Christmas time. Just get a couple bottles of this and you set it out. Everybody's going to have a good time. Nobody's going to argue about anything. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to have to get some bottles of this because that'll make Christmas maybe just a little bit more magical, right? But I just love that it's not bitey, it's creamy, and it's exactly what the bottle says. So many times you read those bottles and you go, but does it really? In this case, it really does taste like it. It is just simply great. And again, for me, I love how you still get a lot of that cream flavor going on. The flavors that are in here are not so overpowering that you lose out on that base. And as I've been saying in my reviews, Doc Brown Farms has done a phenomenal job to make a spirit that is inviting to people. It's not bitey, it's not off-putting, and it's not, you don't feel like you have to kind of drink it back quickly, if you know what I'm talking about. This is something I could definitely get a glass of this, put a nice rock in there, or in a case of a whiskey stone, just sip on it for a bit, keep it nice and chill by the fireplace. This is what I want. And again, as you see, I'm a whiskey drinker as well, but there are times that I am looking for something off the beaten path and a little sweeter. And this check marks off everything that I'm looking for in a great bourbon cream. It just floors me how great that is. So, all right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. Now, when it comes to price, this tends to be between $30 and $35. And to be honest, it's worth that every day of the week. It's such an inviting sip. When you're looking at other brands of bourbon creams, they can sometimes go up into that $30+ range anyways. Here, you're getting it from a beautiful location, using their craft heritage, using a unique grain, going through the process of no chemicals added, natural flavors, real cream, all that kind of good stuff you want to know about in your spirits. And means how inviting it is to both whiskey and non-whiskey drinkers, in my opinion. It's a big thumbs up. I love that peppermint profile to it, that little bit of chocolatiness in there for the mocha. It comes across as Ghirardelli quality chocolate, and it's just beautifully done. Big thumbs up on this one. Now, when it comes to my lineup, it's I don't even know. I don't want to put down any of the others, so I got to give it a very solid second place. I still think the coffee is my favorite, but especially for the holiday time coming up, grab yourself a couple bottles of this. You'll thank me later. And again, if you're interested in learning more about Doc Brown Farms and the kind of things they're offering, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Doc Brown Farms Peppermint Mocha Bourbon Cream. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might not.